what has changed about how we select and vet partners so we can better ensure that there are no more unnecessary delays with future events. When it comes to selecting and vetting partners, it's a little bit different than unnecessary delays with future events. So if I select vet a partner and they're stellar, like we get a partnership with freaking I don't know, Chainlink or something, or like Polygon, and suddenly like that's official. We're officially partners in some way with them, and they have delays. It's on them. There's not so much that we can do on that part. We can try to mitigate as much delays on our behalf, which we are doing, and we are constantly evolving with that, making sure that we're doing the right things. And if we fail on that, then going ahead and fixing that. But when it comes to vetting and selecting partners, we have done our due diligence with both Bingus and Riao. And so the whole unnecessary delays thing, I don't believe that it's exactly, connected with how we select and vet partners.
Yeah, I'd agree on that. I mean, the reality is that these things do happen. We couldn't foresee it. I know there was confusion on the day that I think somebody had thought that it was a Dogira inflicted delay. I only found out about this after I logged on, and for all I knew on that day, we were still going ahead with the launch. So there's obviously stuff like that we need to kind of just bring up and advise on, that, we need to be a little bit more cohesive in how we have communication across these events, things like that. And I think a lot of that, again, comes down to, for myself at least personally, I think that if an event is announced, it needs to be nearly treated like a smart contract, that there's no changing that unless something really breaks down. But the reality is, Bingus had some things come up on their side. I believe Bog Tools were doing a relaunch as well. And I believe they have a partnership with Bog Tools. So, when they're relaunching an entire token, like, we do have to kind of sit and go like, yeah, that's fair. That's a pretty big event. It's unfortunate that, the notice came in so late on it and that we couldn't do anything to kind of mitigate the delay. But, these things happen. So I wouldn't put it down to, vetting a partner incorrectly. I mean, the work that we're doing with them, when you consider the amazing NFT collection that we have, the charities that we're, the good causes that we're raising money for, and of course the people that are involved with it as well. And then finally, the actual Bingus team themselves have been, obviously extremely welcoming to any members from the Dogira community, as we have been to theirs. So I certainly wouldn't put it down to poor vetting or anything like that. I think for the partners that we do have at the moment, the stuff that we're doing together, particularly around having strong community links and being able to run these campaigns together, I think that they've been very successful, save for, a small delay, which I think we all kind of managed to get over. It's unfortunate when it happens, but it does happen. So yeah, for future partners we go forward with, so it does kind of change based on kind of where we are at the moment. For coming on board with Bingus and Riao, a lot of that was, we started looking up tokens that were running their own animal charity campaigns, because it was something that we had in our roadmap, something that we really wanted to do, but we couldn't find the time to commit ourselves 100% to it. So Bingus and Riao were able to take a lot of the heavy lifting off that for us. They've already donated to charities. They have teams that we're able to put our trust in, and it kind of made perfect sense for us. These are good communities. They're not at massive market caps or anything like that, so we're not going to be a small tiny partner on the corner. This is going to be pretty equal between all of us. We're able to work together as partners on this one, rather than the last thing I want to kind of see is we jump into a partnership where there's no interest on the other side in a partnership, because they're much more massive. And there's no technology that they're bringing to the table that we could make use of. There's nothing on our side that they could make use of. I mean, as brilliant as it would be for us to have a partnership with a massive coin and be able to donate towards their work and have them freely donate back towards ours, we can help each other along in mutually beneficial ways. Then yeah, that would be fantastic. But again, it kind of we look at what we're actually running into at the moment. So right now, when it comes to looking at partners, I think we have two brilliant partners as far as charity work goes and in community connections, links and things like that. Right now, when it comes to partnerships, we would be looking more along the lines of what can we do to kind of improve Dogira's offerings as a standalone tool, and what can we do for another token that can add genuine value to them without, say, something stupid like staking a bit of Dogira or anything like that. Add real value to their product, preferably with our expertise rather than just throwing tokens out or anything like that. So yeah, that would be kind of my view on partnerships moving forward.